Alright, so today was a much slower start. I decided to sleep in and actually cancel everything I was planning on doing today. Mostly because, again, I really feel like I need this recharge so I don't completely burn out before my girlfriend and her friend gets here, because we're gonna go pretty hard and heavy once they do get here, so I don't want to be completely worn out before then. So right now I've decided I'm going to Costco. The closest Costco is not very close, but luckily I found a couple JR lines that can kind of get me in the vicinity, and then I just have to walk the rest of the way. So we'll go check it out and maybe buy some food while we're there. Alright, so I just took the JR to Amagasaki, which is I think about 30 minutes from my hotel via the JR line. It was the closest Costco I could find from Osaka. It is about a 1.5 mile walk from the station though. One thing about the Costco's, it doesn't seem like they're really in convenient locations for tourists, which I guess makes sense because they're not trying to cater towards tourists. But yeah, so we're gonna just try to walk over there and check out Amagasaki, which I've actually never even heard of or been to before, so I figured this might also be an interesting chance to just see another city while I'm here. So let's get to it. So we're almost at Costco, and I'm really hoping they have free Wi-Fi to use, because one thing I forgot to do was route the way to Costco and back. Usually I do both when I have Wi-Fi, so that way I wouldn't have to worry about that, but I forgot this time. So getting back might be a little bit trickier. I mean, I can still do it, it'll just probably take longer, but that's the mistakes that I will have to learn from. This Costco is so big, I don't actually know where to enter from. I see tire installation, I'm assuming it's on the other side of that. Usually that's how it is. You know what, let's just cut through a bunch of cars and hopefully find our way in. And of course we've got our Costco gas. Let's cut this way. It's a maze. Oh, well, good thing I didn't go too far because the entrance is around this side. Let's see if my Costco card will work. Alright, so I only had my Costco credit card and it worked, so I guess you don't need to have the actual like main membership card to get in, so that's good. They definitely have a lot of clothing, and the prices are pretty good when you do the conversion. I'm guessing Kirkland, like, their brand is pretty popular because I've seen a lot of people wearing it as well. Alright, so a couple things. First, if you're gonna get food from the food court, make sure you bring someone with you who can save a seat for you, because you literally have to be like on top of it. The seats are completely full, people are eating on the floor, just wherever you can find a place to sit. So if you have someone with you, one of you go get the food from the food court, the other one wait and try to grab a seat or a table. Second, this thing kind of bothered me. I went in outside to eat. I saw some people sitting around like the pillars that are right outside the doors, and I figured, okay, I'll sit here and eat as well. I sat down. Lady comes over and she just tells me that I can't eat there. I have to go sit at a table and eat. So I get up. As soon as I get up, like two families just swarm that pole and just sit there and start eating like a ton of food, and the lady's just ignoring them. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but keep that in mind, I guess. I end up just sitting on the curb next to a trash can and eating. I only end up eating the pizza on Sunday to start, and then I got pretty full, so I have the bulgogi bake in my backpack. I'm gonna eat it probably in like half an hour when I get closer to the train station. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was the food. So of the things I ate the Sunday, it was pretty good at first. I will say the only taste in it is from the cherry and the cherry syrup, so don't eat all of that and then just like leave the ice cream. The ice cream has no real flavor whatsoever. It kind of tastes more like I think like Greek yogurt, and has that kind of consistency, so make sure you're kind of eating a decent amount of the ice cream with that. I will say it'll get you pretty full though, because it is very thick. As far as the pizza, wasn't that good compared to the American Costco's. I would say this pizza was way below average. I'd probably have to give the Sunday probably a 3 out of 5. Pizza like 1.5 or 2 stars out of 5. Pizza was pretty bad, honestly. I was pretty surprised about that. Even the Sunday wasn't really that good. If you got past like the cherry and the cherry syrup, that was like the only real good part of it. The rest of it was kind of meh. And I'll let you know about the bulgogi bake once I eat it. For now, I'm gonna go to a McDonald's and get some Wi-Fi so I can navigate back home. All right, so luckily I noticed McDonald's right next to the Costco in this shopping mall. I think it's a shopping mall. They had a food court, so I figured McDonald's probably had Wi-Fi, and luckily they did. And luckily I used it, because otherwise I would have taken a way different direction getting back to the station. Another thing that I remember when I was eating my pizza was that there was a bunch of birds just like sitting next to me, hoping I would drop them a piece of something to eat. I would have too if I didn't already get yelled at to like move when I was eating earlier. So I was like, you know what, I don't want to cause any more trouble. Let's just not feed the birds. But man, they just sat with me watching me eat the whole time. I felt so bad. But anyways, I've decided at this point I'm gonna head to Osaka Station. I might check out like a used anime store around there, since there's a lot of shopping in that area. I know the Hep 5 building's there too. I was originally planning on doing that, I think tomorrow. Maybe it was today. I can't actually remember what I had that plan. But I figured I'll go and check that out. Maybe once I get to Osaka Station. I remember there was a area where there's just like a lawn kind of laid out, like a turf. I might lay down there for a bit, watch something on my phone, eat my bulgogi bake, you know, take a little relaxed time. But I'll have to see if I can find that area again, because that was over, what, 2 weeks ago when I went there. So hopefully I can just kind of remember some of how to get there. I wonder how hard it is to win one of these. I'm assuming I just have to pick up some of the paper, but I'm assuming some papers are gonna be like nothing, and then some will have the winning draws, because otherwise I feel like it'd be really easy. This stuff is pretty cheap, honestly, but it's not for any anime that I really want to get, which is the unfortunate part. 600 yen, not bad. Snorlaxes. 180, not bad. To be honest, this is probably probably one of the worst that I've seen so far for like these mystery packs. 500 yen for these, where it's mostly just showing an item and a random Pokemon rather than like a V or V Max. At least those are a little bit flashier, makes you want to get them. But these are not looking as good. But they do have the 30 yen boxes, so maybe there's something interesting in one of these. 30 yen box isn't looking too great either compared to a lot of the other places we've been. Yeah, it's kind of lacking as far as like good stuff. Where did I even get this from? Probably right here. Let's look at one more. I've already looked through a few of these just to see, but they're not very good. No, they do have a couple of the Charizards, so that's good. But probably the best I've seen so far is that Charizard. Let's see what else we got in here. Ooh, that's actually pretty cool, Blaziken. They had figures that were probably the cheapest I've seen so far, ranging between $5 to $15 for some really popular characters and really popular anime. But I decided to go ahead and skip out on it because there weren't really any anime that I was like, oh, I have to have that. I'm really only looking for Yu Yu Hakusho and Digimon, which Digimon has been kind of hard to find good ones of. Yu Yu Hakusho is pretty much non-existent, probably because of how old it is now. So I'm in like kind of a rut. And then as far as like plushes, they had an abundance of Pokemon plushes, which were very tempting because I've been buying so many. My suitcase is half full of just plushes right now, which is not good. So I can't really afford to keep getting more. I was about to buy 4 more actually because they were really cheap. Again, ranging between about $5 and $10 at the ones I was looking at. And they were pretty big too. Granted, they are used, but used is still really good quality here. So I debated, but I ended up putting them back. And then Pokemon cards, I was only looking at the 30 yen box. I did get a few of those. There were some Charizards that I really wanted, so I went ahead and grabbed those. And overall though, their 30 yen box was pretty lackluster. The only good thing were the Charizards and like a Blaziken card that I got. Everything else was kind of meh. At this point, I'm probably just gonna head back to Osaka Station and hang out around there for a few hours. Maybe go back down to Namba, check out some more card shops. I haven't found too many that I was like, oh wow, this is like a really good shop. Most of them are pretty lackluster, and it's kind of hard to go through them and be like, okay, it was here, this car was this price here, compared to this shop, it's like this price. It just really varies so much that, and it's really hard for me to keep track of all the cards since, you know, not every shop has every card. So I've been trying to figure out which ones were the best for the price, as well as condition wise, and everything was kind of well rounded. I'd say it's okay. A lot of bread and very cheesy. I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5 as well. found it. Time to rest and relax. So I ended up buying this for about 150 yen. Not too bad. Gotta get something to drink.
My
650 yen for a chocolate and I think raspberry frappe. I don't actually know, but I figured why not try it. It looked tasty in the window, so, and it's pretty hot today. That's really good. $4.90 for some nuggets.